Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another YouTube video. Truly another gift from God that we are alive and that we are well. If you haven't watched some of my videos, that's what I always say at the beginning of the video, but it kind of feels ironic since a monumental, legendary man is no longer with us today. This man's name is Charlie Kirk. His life was taken from him and us literally today, probably about 2 hours ago, September 10th. Around probably 4 or 5 p.m. around that time. And it shocked the whole world. It shocked me, and I'm sure if you're watching this video, it also shocked you too. And today we're here to do I guess this is more of an upset, because as an American citizen, I thought to myself, well, what can I do to do something? I want to honor this man somehow. I want to do something with my voice to be heard. And that's when I flicked that switch. Well, I have my voice. So a little bit about Charlie Kirk, if you don't know him very well, is he spent a majority of his life spreading, 1, the gospel, spreading Christianity, 2, spreading conservative values, Republican values, 3, spreading the nuclear family and debating people on it and not coming off offensive, not bringing people down, but debating them, stepping up for the right, stepping up for the conservative people, really preaching what he believes and having respectful conversations. And today that was taken away from him. And some tweets I'll read before I kind of dive deeper on Charlie Kirk and what I personally think about him is we had one from Tristan Tate. And I'll pop up a screenshot here. He said, "I will publicly disavow anybody justifying this. He likes Trump. He likes Israel. Guess what? He's a fucking American. And he has freedom of speech. You can love Stalin for all I care. Hold any fucking opinion you want. Nobody gets a shot for an opinion in a civilized world." And I wholeheartedly agree. We do live in a civilized world, or at least so we thought. And it's just so bizarre that this can actually happen. That this monumental man's life is just taken away so suddenly. He had a wife. He had 2 beautiful children. And it's suddenly gone. I'm sure most of you watching the video actually saw the video of him getting shot, and it's very bad. So I have another tweet that I'll read for later, but what I actually wanted to talk about in this video, if you're stuck around for this long, is the power of legacy. And Charlie Kirk is a man who has had a very, very beautiful and strong legacy. And the legacy he has now left behind is more powerful than ever. I actually believe especially if you survive, it's something else, but when you unfortunately get assassinated like this in front of the public, in front of the cameras, in front of the whole world to see, it amplifies what you have done in your past tenfold, basically. So what I hope to see is that all of his past videos, all of his past conversations, the weight they hold now is so much more profound, powerful. It's so much more potent than what it once was before, because this is the reality that we now live in. He was executed in front of everybody to see. And now for what I hope his legacy is just much more potent, more polarizing, more profound than ever before. And that's one thing that I hope we can carry into the future, is the impact that this man has left on this earth. We can keep on carrying that. Using your voice is what I have in my notes here, in terms of, well, what can we do to stop this? What can we do to raise awareness? And at least for me, what I chose to do was pick up the camera and film a YouTube video. I haven't done this in months, to be quite honest, but this is just something I believe God has called me to do, to speak out about this, because I just had to do something. I couldn't sit and go on with my normal boring ass life, bro. I had to do something. So, and it's just, I'm honestly still in shock as well. And honestly, everyone is. And plus we had Irina Zarutska, a Ukrainian refugee who got executed on a public transport train. I'm not sure where at. It just stabbed to death, looked like. And it's just insane, the cruelty, the asinine and the wicked, egregious acts that go on this earth. And that's just more and more of a reason, in my opinion, to turn to God and pursue Him with all you have. Because in the end of the day, that's all we have. I'm sure Charlie Kirk is above in heaven rejoicing, saying, you know what, I'm in the eternal kingdom of heaven now, have eternal happiness, and smiling down on us all. And it honestly, it's close enough to bring me to tears, I'll be quite honest. And I'll go into a quick intermission here. I have a quote, not a quote, a tweet from, I'm not sure who it was, but Tristan Tay replied to him, and I'll go and read it off. So he said, Charlie, and this is kind of from the other side of the audience, from the people who didn't really agree with much of what Charlie Kirk said. But here's a tweet from him. He said, I'm very sorry you're dead. While I never agreed with you when you were alive, especially your unwavering support for Israel as it waged genocide in Gaza, I would have loved the chance to debate you one day, somewhere, somehow, because I believe in freedom of speech. I believe in listening to people, even those whose views I find vile, because they still represent other people and their opinions. And the only way to change minds is to engage with them, not silence them. There's a saying that the best way to kill your enemy is to make them your friend. I try to live by that. I wish you had lived long enough for us to test that in our debate, to see whether words could have bridged what politics divided. I'm not happy about the way your life ended. No one deserves to be assassinated in public like that. I feel genuine sorrow for your wife, Erica, and your 2 children, who will now grow up without their father. Whatever my anger at your politics, I would never wish this on your family. I've seen the anger and grief pouring out across social media since your death. People who loved you, people who hated you, all united by shock. That says something about the scale of your influence, however diverse it was. I don't know what you would have done next with your life, but now those plans are cut short. I only hope, wherever you are, you find peace. Rest in peace, Charlie. Now, the reason I wanted to read this tweet to you guys is purely because of the fact that he said this one sentence. And that one sentence was, there's a saying that the best way to kill your enemy is to make them your friend. And that was honestly very poetic and beautiful. And that's why I wanted to read that tweet. Because it seems like it's this one political party over and over and over again. And I'm not saying the Republicans are all right, for we are humans, we are not perfect. How can I judge others when I myself remain imperfect? That's a Bible verse that I forgot the verse of, but I wanted to say it in this video. But what I will say is what the left is constantly doing. And it's resorting to these violent tactics. I mean, honestly, I have no words. I just want to get on here and talk about something. And I think one word that I'm looking for, honestly, in this world is just frustrated. I am very frustrated. I really am. This is obscure. This is obscene. What's happening in today's world, and I said it earlier in this video, is just more of a reason to turn to Christ and turn to Jesus Christ. And that's one thing Charlie Kirk preached so much, and he did it with a smile on his face. And you know what? I mean, I'm not him, but I also saw this tweet where someone said, like, to other people like Myron Gaines, other people like, you know, even Andrew Tate, these political figures, not political figures, but influencers who have a really big following, who preach polarizing things. And they were telling him, yo, don't do your next events. Don't go out. You know, be safe. And that's actually the opposite of what we should do. Now is more than a time than ever to actually take a stand and get out there more. Start spreading your voice more. Start preaching for what you believe in more. For the influential figures to start going to those, even organizing more events, getting your voice out there, getting your voice heard. Because the moment we stay quiet, the moment we stop, that's when they win. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to silence us. Trying to silence our freedom of speech that we have. So what I'm saying now is even if you've never gone out and spoken what you believe, even if you've never gone out and done anything like that, start now. Start doing something now, because at least if you have this feeling like I do, of like, I'm an American citizen, I want to do something, I'm tired of seeing all this violence go on around me, I want something to change, then step up and do something about it. Even if it's filming a video like me, even if people can find something to relate to you with so they can start spreading their voice as well. And even like the opposition that didn't agree with everything Charlie said, they honestly feel the same way. They are frustrated because no one deserves to have their life taken like that, snatched away from them, especially so viciously. And it just makes you sit back and think how honestly fragile life really is. And honestly, that might even be another video topic to, one, pursue God. And if you've watched any of my past videos, I've made my political beliefs and opinions and statements very, very clear. I've made what I believe very, very clear. I've told all of you, that I wholeheartedly believe in God. I wholeheartedly am making yourself the best version of you that you can possibly become. I wholeheartedly believe in just leveling up in every way possible. I wholeheartedly believe in having as many children as possible and having a beautiful wife, maybe even multiple. I wholeheartedly believe in following God in everything you do. And I honestly think that's the reason I'm so frustrated right now, is the reason that Charlie Kirk's life was snatched away. Now his legacy is just amplified tenfold. And I think that's why I wanted to make this video. Now it's very potent, everything that he said, to be quite honest. And I guess we're kind of wrapping up at the end of the video. But Charlie Kirk, you are a man of honor. You left a beautiful legacy. You had beautiful children. You did what God wanted you to do. You spread your voice. You even converted people to Jesus Christ. You spread Christianity. You were a godly man, and you put yourself out there even when you were in the crosshairs of the enemy time and time again. And that is a trait that us men can honestly look up to radically. That is a beautiful thing to have, even in the crosshairs of your enemy. To have the fortitude, the will, and the resolve to step up and say, do it. I'm going to go out doing what I love. I'm going to go out spreading what I love. I'm going to go out preaching the gospel, preaching what I believe, preaching what I love. The fortitude, the resolve to do that is remarkable. And with that, Charlie Kirk, sir, rest in peace. Your legacy will never be forgotten. And now is more of a time than ever to step up, to get your voice heard, to do something, and to honor your name, Mr. Kirk. And that wraps up today's video. Thank you all for watching, and God bless. I will see you on the next one.